chemin de l'échéance 2030, le monde est terriblement mal parti.
In a world where challenges know no borders, where opportunities lie in unity, and where the power of young people is boundless, there exists a remarkable global initiative committed to creating positive change on an unprecedented scale. Welcome to the Global Young Leaders Dialogue, GYLD, where young achievers from all walks of life come together to shape a brighter future for our planet. At GYLD, our mission is to create a unique communication, education, and professional development platform for young achievers from diverse backgrounds across the globe. Through engaging events, forums, and exchanges, GYLD creates a vibrant platform for intellectual dialogue and mutual learning. In the spirit of dialogue, Chinese President Xi penned a letter to our young leaders, recognizing their contributions. The President's words echo our shared values of open and equal dialogue, intellectual exchange, inclusive and mutual learning. Engaging intergenerational dialogue, senior expert voices converge with young minds, exploring innovative strategies to address complex issues.
This forum is an excellent example of constructive, collaborative engagement.
This Global Young Leaders Dialogue reflects the dynamism, aspiration.
I would like to congratulate the Center for China and Globalization for bringing international young leaders to the table.
It is young people like yourselves who are leading us towards the world.
They are the resources that we have to engage because they are resources.
Step in. We need you.
With the Wise Bible campaign, young innovators ignite the spark of creativity, exploring solutions to global challenges.
The world needs a sustainable and more even economic recovery, and the Belt and Road can catalyze.
Bold voices take the stage, sharing the ideas and driving collective process towards a better world. Conversations among diverse peers give rise to new perspectives, fostering understanding and empathy. Hands-on experiences with local practices amplify dialogue, leading to real impact and positive change. Digital platforms unite young leaders worldwide, expanding the dialogue beyond physical boundaries. Connections made during meetups, formats, transcending borders and cultures. GYLD celebrates diversity, where young professionals from different regions and cultural backgrounds come together. Through cultural exchanges, we foster mutual learning and understanding, embracing the richness of our differences. GYLD plays a crucial role in diplomacy, empowering young leaders to engage with global dialogue to advocate for positive change. In these diplomatic forums, ideas are shared, alliances are formed, and innovative solutions emerge. Through dialogue, diversity, and diplomacy, we build a community of shared future for mankind.
This would be a wonderful opportunity to make your dream come true and contribute to global governance.
Together, we can shape a world of possibilities, a world where the voice of young leads the way to a brighter tomorrow.
女士们、先生们，现在有请 国际清流领袖对话项目发起人、全球化智库 CCG 秘书长苗绿博士主持开幕式。Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Mabel Miao, founder of Global Young Leaders Dialogue Program, Secretary General of Center for China and Globalization (CCG), to host the opening ceremony.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, GYLD members, global young people, good morning. Welcome to GYLD 2023 Annual Forum.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, international youth friends, good morning. Welcome to GYLD 2023 Annual Forum. On August 10, 2021, President Xi Jinping responded to foreign youth representatives of the Global Young Leaders Dialogue through a letter. He expressed the hope that young people from China and other countries would enhance mutual understanding and cultivate friendships through mutual learning. He emphasized their role in contributing youthful vigor towards building a community with a shared future for mankind. Due to the pandemic, the 2022 GYLD Annual Forum could not take place as planned. Today, on the second anniversary of receiving President Xi's letter and coinciding with the United Nations International Youth Day, we gather again for this annual forum, centered around the theme of global development and the power of youth. This forum aims to facilitate exchanges, communication, and dialogue, providing a more meaningful platform. This forum is hosted by the Center for China and Globalization and co-organized by Schwarzman College at Tsinghua University, Yenching Academy of Peking University, and Beijing Returned Overseas Chinese Federation. This forum also receives support from the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, Academy of Contemporary China and World Studies, China International Development Cooperation Agency, Global Development Promotion Center of CIDCA, and ICRC.
Next, let me introduce the distinguished guests today in our conference. 下面请允许我介绍到场的重要的嘉宾。The United Nations Acting Resident Coordinator in China, Mr. Vano Nupek. Warmly welcome. Ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to China, His Excellency Mr. Moin Haq. Warmly welcome. Thank you, Excellency. Ambassador of the Kingdom of Beijing to China, His Excellency Mr. Bruno Echlik. Warmly welcome, Ambassador. Charge d'Affaires of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mr. Ibrahim Ibrahimov. Warmly welcome. Deputy Head of Embassy of the Kingdom of Beijing in China, Mr. Bart Vodry. Welcome, sir. Deputy Head of Delegation International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, Regional Delegation for East Asia, Mr. Boris Kolesiewicz. Welcome.
德国外交部全球健康特使、世界卫生组织总干事、原办公厅主任 Mr. Bernhard Schwartlander. Warmly welcome. 以及全球化智库 CCG 理事长、国务院原参。
And we also have with us Mr. Wang Huiyao, President of the CCG and former counselor to China State Council. Madam Chen Shi, Deputy Editor-in-Chief at the China International Communications Group. Welcome. And also we have Madam Jia from the State Council. Mr. Zhao Hongsheng from the State Council Information Office. Madam Sun Ming. Welcome. Madam Yan Yi, Deputy Director General of the NRTA. Zhu Yong, Vice Chairman of Beijing Returned Overseas Chinese Federation. Ms. Marvin Kong, Vice Chairman of Kong's Group and Executive Director and CEO of Peking Group Holdings Limited. And we also have the young leaders and representatives from over 30 countries, both online and offline, here with us. Welcome.
我们有请全球化智库 CCG。
And now we would like to give the floor to Mr. Wang Huiyao, President of Center for China and Globalization and former counselor to China State Council, who will give us the welcoming remarks.
So, good morning. And dear Mr. Vano Noperich, the UN coordinator, acting coordinator in China. Also, His Excellency Ambassador Moin Haq, the Pakistan ambassador to China, and also His Excellency Mr. Bruno Argelet, the ambassador of Belgium to China, and also dear Mr. Ibrahimov. So, welcome all the international distinguished guests today. 那么还有这个尊敬的马佳女士，尊敬的这个陈石女士，还有我们来自
Madam Ma Jia, Madam Chen Shi, and also officials and leaders from the central government and Beijing municipal government, as well as the young leaders and representatives from home and abroad, as well as friends from the media.
The annual forum. On behalf of Center for China Globalization, the organizer of the forum, I would like to welcome all of you very much to attend this very special and very timely event. And we know that actually today is the UN Youth Day. And also it's on the occasion of the 2-year anniversary of President Xi's letter to the GYLD. So thank you all for attending the 2023 Global Young Leaders Dialogue Annual Forum. And also, I think this is going to be very productive, very stimulating, and very forward-looking. Let me say something also in Chinese. 那么在这个充满我们进入了一个充满
We are now in an era full of challenges and opportunities. We are facing a lot of conflicts geopolitically, and we are also facing the opportunities for economic recovery after the COVID-19. And climate change is also posing a serious challenge to us today. This forum has been graced by the messages from 11 international dignitaries and leaders of different nations and international organizations who have expressed their expectations for the young people. I think this is really very important.
Paid attention and also high hope from leaders around the world. And actually today we're having 11 current and former leaders of global different countries, but also international organizations. And of course, we also 2 years ago, we had the President Xi's congratulated message as well. So we have to see how we can respond as young people to the global challenges and opportunities.
First of all, I think we need to increase international youth dialogue and build mutual understanding. The young represent the future. We need to provide more opportunities and platforms for the young people through different platforms from different countries, and especially in China, we need to provide a new focal point for the young leaders, and we need to welcome more young representatives and scholars and business people to come to China for entrepreneurship and innovation. And we also encourage more Chinese young people to go global. And only through more dialogue can we increase mutual understanding and eradicate misunderstandings and build a more harmonious and inclusive world.
The GYLD provides such a platform. We hope to engage with people and friends from all over the world to encourage communication and understanding between people from different civilizations and countries. We call for friendship, and we hope that together we can build a community with a shared future. And we want to bring together the youth and the young people from all over the world. We also want to help the young people to grow, and we want to help cultivate international talents. Globalization needs global talents. We want to provide more training and education opportunities for the young people so that they can help, they can get skills in international communication. The CCG is a premier think tank in China. Over the years, we have paid close attention to exchanges between young people from around the world. Together with the Institute of China and the World Studies, we initiated this dialogue. We also have co-hosted many other events and conferences to provide opportunities for young people to interact. We want to create inclusive environment for exchanges among the young people. Lastly, I believe that it is important for us to listen to the voices of young people of the world. We need to give them opportunities to unlock their creativity. We hope that their voices will be amplified and heard in this globalized world, because they, the young people, are the bridges for exchanges between countries. The young people have vitality and vigor, and they have more positive understandings of the world compared with the previous generations, the older generations. We also have a WISE demo campaign under the GYLD, which is to stimulate the young people to give their ideas, their perspectives, and proposals on how to tackle global challenges. Last year, we selected 10 proposals. On the UN Day and in the UN systems in China, we present their ideas, and today the awards will be presented, and they have their books, they have their publications. We hope that through our dialogue, through our interactions, and we hope that with the support of international organizations in China and with the support of the media, we can make this dialogue more successful.
And with the support of our international friends, our embassies, international organizations, media, of course, and also government agencies, that we can promote a more prosperous
dialogue platform for the global young leaders around the world and global talents in China. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The remarks from Dr. Henry Wang. 感谢王慧耀先生的致辞。全球发展需要更多青年的推动。
Global development calls for the efforts of the young people. Now I give the floor to Madame Chen Shi, Deputy Actor-in-Chief at the China International Communications Group, CICG. Your Excellency, Mr. Liu Pei, Your Excellencies, ambassadors of Pakistan and Belgium, Your Excellencies, Ms. Ma Jia, Mr. Wang Huiyao, ladies and gentlemen, young friends, good morning. This morning, we have a very nice day after the rain last night. It's a great day. I'm very delighted to be invited to the GYLD. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to talk to you, friends who care about and who support the growth of the young people. On August the 10th, 2021, President Xi Jinping replied to the letter of the participants of the GYLD. He encourages friendship among the young people of all countries, and 2 years have passed. Today, we have this dialogue once again, and it is a highly relevant event. On behalf of CICG, I extend congratulations on the success of the dialogue and our best wishes to the young people. The young people are a great force for the shared values of humanity. Today's world is going through challenges and changes. The young people need to work together to tackle these challenges and bring out their vitality in building a world of a shared future. We call for more support to the cause of the young people, and it is important to bring together the best and young minds together to tackle global challenges. Here, I have 3 thoughts to share with you. First, we need to promote global development. We hope that the young people can show their ambition and shoulder their responsibilities. Responsibility is a hallmark of the young people. CICG recently conducted a survey. We find that the young people are willing to participate in research, voluntary activities, and other events to contribute to global development. The world is in a turbulent time, and the road to recovery is bumpy. The world is at a crossroads of challenges. We hope that young people can build consensus and global development and work hard for the common good of the world and achieve the SDGs and make the global order more equitable and fair. Second, we need to be innovative in promoting global development. The young people are creative and they are willing to challenge and take on challenges. The world is in the new era of industrialization that calls for the involvement of the young people, and the global value chains and industrial chains are reshaped. Last year, we launched the WISE demo, which focused on poverty alleviation, climate change, public health, innovation, and international cooperation. And we received more than 100 proposals from the global youth. The young people should learn more and work harder to develop new technologies and be flexible so as to contribute to global development. Third, we hope that the young people can learn from each other and have more interactions. President Xi Jinping said that proposed the Global Civilization Initiative. He said that one flower does not make a spring, only a garden full of blossoms can herald the coming of a spring. We encourage the young people to live together peacefully, and through the global civilization dialogue, civilizations can have interactions and exchanges. Recently, the CICG set up a new award to encourage and to commend people from foreigners in China and foreign organizations in China that contribute to international exchanges. And this award is going to be presented again this year. We encourage the participation of the young people from the world so that we can contribute to global development. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, CICG is the longest agency in China, the agency in China with the longest history of promoting international communication. We have been commitment to exchanges and communication among the young people. Together with the CCG, we proposed this Global Young Leaders Dialogue. Today, we are going to present the partnership on young people research so as to encourage collaborative research among the young people of the world. We hope that the delegates and the friends from different countries can increase their understanding and interactions and contribute their youthful vigor and wisdom to global development. In closing, I wish this dialogue a full success, and I wish you a pleasant stay in Beijing. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chen Shi. And now give the floor to Mr. Vanu Lupek, United Nations Acting Resident Coordinator in China. The floor is yours, Mr. Lupek.
Dear Mr. Wang Huyao, President of Center for China and Globalization. Dear Ms. Mabel Miao, founder of Global Young Leader Dialogue, Secretary General of the CCG. Dear Ms. Chen Shi, Editor-in-Chief of the China International Communication Group. Dear Excellency from the diplomatic community. Dear participants and dear friends, good morning to you all. It is a great pleasure to be among you as part of this Global Young Leader Dialogue. I'm especially honored to be here to represent the United Nations on World Youth Day. As the theme this year for World Youth Days is Green Skill for Youth toward a sustainable world, I like to center my remark around this. I want to start by saying that this is a monumental time to be young, a daunting time to be young even. Ahead of you lies one of humanity's greatest challenge, climate change. I believe it is a task for this generation, especially to get involved in, and then continue the effort to green our planet and save it. And I believe wholeheartedly you will succeed. But you will need a better toolbox than the one my generation had. You will need smart tools, innovative tools, AI-based tools. Above all, you need each other. I can only encourage you to continue to build the connection you are making today to work together for a more peaceful world in which we can find harmony in the common purpose to resolve the future's challenges. So where to start? I think one of the fundamental things we need to do, among others, is to support the transition toward a greener world as quickly as possible. The success of this will depend on our ability to develop knowledge, abilities, value, and attitudes needed to live in, develop, and support sustainable and resource-efficient societies. This is the theme of today's World Youth Day, and I think it is a good one. As I just mentioned, building a common purpose together will be important. As the UN Refugee Agency representative in China, I would not be doing my duty fully here today if I did not mention the 108 million people across the world who are currently forcibly displaced, largely due to persecution and conflicts. My appeal to you today would also include a request to think about them, and when the chance presents itself, work with them. Refugees can often face marginalization, but the challenge to green this world is a collective challenge and includes us all. Refugees are people with resources. They can be farmers, teachers, doctors, engineers, and people with other skills that can contribute to our great green transition. Allow me to finish here with a quick final thought, as my time for speaking is running out. Half of the people on our planet are 30 or younger, and this is expected to reach 57% by the end of 2030. Surveys show that 67% of people believe in a better future, with 15 to 70 years old being the most optimistic about this. That hope, I want to say, is important. Your generation, above all, must not lose it. To all the youth gathered here today, I say, be courageous and work together. You are the future and you will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nopek. We should be working together for the global challenge, address those challenges together with our young people. Thank you for your strong message. 感谢卢佩克先生的致辞。国际青
Thank you very much, Mr. Manu Nupech. The GYLD Annual Forum is an important international platform for youth dialogue. It has been greatly supported by international leaders, and on the second anniversary of President Xi's reply to the GYLD,
Mr. Zinile Akram, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, 阿塞拜疆共和国总统 His Excellency Mr. Ilham Aliyev, congratulatory message, please.
Dear Professor Wang, President of the CCG, dear Dr. Miao, Secretary General of CCG, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. At the outset, allow me to extend my gratitude and appreciation for the invitation to attend the opening ceremony of the Global Young Leaders Dialogue 2022 and to take this pleasant opportunity to wish this event every success. Now I would like to present a congratulatory letter addressed by His Excellency Ilham Aliyev, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, to the forum participants. Dear forum participants, I cordially welcome you to the second annual Global Young Leaders Dialogue Forum session and offer my best wishes. Organized by the People's Republic of China and the Center for China and Globalization, this forum is vital for solidifying the connection between the youth, sharing progressive ideas, and boosting mutually beneficial cooperation. The youth, a driving force of growth and prosperity in every country, is also a locomotive of the global progress. Close dialogue among the active and creative youth in the modern world that is abundant in challenges is critical for addressing the problems facing humanity. Because our planet's future and the world's sustainable development depend on the ability of the youth to cope with the present challenges and identify innovative means. In this regard, the Global Youth Forum is particularly relevant in light of eliminating the COVID-19 pandemic consequences and new trends and challenges related to the transformation process in the post-pandemic era. It's commendable that thanks to today's gathering, the youth have the opportunity to exchange views on the pressing topics of the agenda. Attention and care for the youth, which accounts for more than 20% of the Azerbaijan population, their upbringing in the spirit of national and moral values and patriotism are one of the priority directions of the state policy. Today, a generation has emerged in Azerbaijan that safeguards our customs and traditions while embracing universal progressive ideas and is capable of integrating into the globalized world. The volunteer movement has been gaining momentum in our country in recent years. Volunteerism is a new manifestation of the code of the conduct of our youth, stemming from such customs and tradition of our people as benevolence, dedication, and the voluntary and selfless help. It has entered every sphere of the social life and has become a nationwide movement. The volunteer movement is a very successful format for organizing our youth, relying around a common goal and discovering their potential and realizing it. Through their creativity, enterprising, innovative mindset, and a modern worldview, they have brought fresh breath to these endeavors and played a crucial role during large-scale international events held in Azerbaijan. The state, in its turn, took appropriate steps to encourage this activity and introduce state support mechanism to the volunteer movement. Azerbaijan remains constantly focused on the promoting youth policy in the international arena too. Our youth is closely involved in the activity of leading international organizations and initiate the creation of the new youth platforms. The establishment of the Non-Aligned Movement Youth Network, Upon Azerbaijan Initiative, was among the steps we made to ensure dialogue between the youth of the member states and achieve their lasting progress. I'm pleased to state that the historic agreement was reached in our cultural capital, Shusha, this July to transform the Non-Aligned Movement Youth Network into Non-Aligned Movement Youth Organization. I'm confident that the mutual ties to be forged throughout this forum will contribute to the successful realization of your future-oriented endeavors. I renew my greetings to all of you and wish this event success. Ilham Aliyev, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan.
I want to thank Ambassador of Azerbaijan to China for reading the message from President of Azerbaijan.
The State Israel, His Excellency Mr. Isaac Herzog, video message.
Dear friends, from the President's residence in Israel's capital, Jerusalem, I'm pleased to greet you all participants in this Global Young Leaders Dialogue. This diverse forum connects the talented, the committed, and the hopeful from many corners of the world. Each of you brings a unique vantage point shaped by your distinctive environments, backgrounds, and beliefs. And although the differences are vast, as the title of this gathering indicates, global recovery towards a shared future, it is encouraging to see you come together in a common cause, united by the shared desire to build a better future. Similar to China, the gracious host of this forum, Israel is also an ancient people, rich with history and tradition. At the same time, both China and Israel are forward-thinking, enterprising nations that imagine a future and invest energy and resources in realizing a vision of innovation and discovery. In the extended conversation I had the privilege of holding with President Xi just a few months ago, we discussed the trade partnership Israel and China share, as well as avenues for future cooperation. This forum is an excellent example of constructive, collaborative engagement, which has become abundantly urgent over the past 3 years. We all learned how collective fates are truly intertwined with one another, whether addressing the well-being of our families or the health of this precious planet. Forums such as this one are an irreplaceable mechanism for advancing a global community of leaders who are dedicated to promoting solutions to our shared challenges. So, dear friends, it is true that we are asking so much of you, our younger generation, but we do so because we recognize that each of you are not only the finest and the brightest, you're also the most devoted and conscientious. You're here because you care, because you're invested in working towards a greater good. I have no doubt that the cross-border brainstorming and the connections each of you form today will generate enhanced tolerance, dialogue, and collaboration throughout the globe. I commend the Center for China and Globalization for establishing and cultivating this important dialogue, and I send my warm wishes to the Chinese people. I wish you a productive and enriching experience, which you will each carry inside you when you go forward. Thank you all, and shalom.
非常的感谢。
We also want to thank President of Israel for the message. And now I'd like to invite you to listen to the message from the Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Congratulatory message. Warmly welcome, Ambassador.
Dr. Henry Wong, Dr. Mabel Miao, respected leaders, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning, greetings of peace and Dajahao to all of you. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me today to be at this very important forum and present the letter from His Excellency Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. But first of all, let me thank and congratulate the Center for China and Globalization for hosting this GYLD 2023 forum. I would like to pay tribute to Dr. Mabel Miao, the charming, the energetic, the passionate and charismatic lady, for her initiative to establish GYLD, which over the years have now become a very important forum for dialogue and exchange of views among the youth of the world. And I think it's a very timely initiative at a time and in a world which is beset with multiple challenges, geopolitical tensions, conflicts, which are putting pressure especially on the developing countries in terms of their economies, inflation, rising prices of food and fuel, climate change, which is a real danger to the existence of our planet, pandemic, hunger and poverty. I think this is a very timely initiative to discuss among the youth all these important of these challenges that we are facing as a humanity. Now let me come to the letter of the Prime Minister, and I quote, "Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my young friends, I would like to extend to you my heartiest felicitations on the occasion of the second annual forum of Global Young Leaders Dialogue. I would also like to appreciate the forum's efforts for bringing the youth together and encouraging dialogue amongst them on important contemporary issues. The strength and vitality of nations rests in its young leaders. The young people are the agents of change, blessed with unlimited curiosity and innovative genius. They have the will and confidence to take on the challenges with resolve and determination to transform their societies and world at large. In a world faced with diverse challenges ranging from climate change and pandemic to growing inequalities and poverty, the need for fostering a spirit of dialogue amongst the world youth has gained utmost urgency. Pakistan is one of the youngest countries in the world, with 64% of its total population below the age of 30. Our youth plays a key role in the nation building process and is taking forward the people towards progress and prosperity. I call upon the participants of today's dialogue to promote understanding amongst different cultures and civilizations and play a constructive role in promoting peace and amity among peoples and across nations. I am confident that our young leaders would embrace the fresh breeze of new ideas and initiatives to promote intercultural dialogue and understanding. This is the trust that history has placed on them. I wish the forum a complete success. Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif, Prime Minister of Pakistan, unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, in the end, I would just like to mention some messages from the President Xi's message to the forum, which he gave 2 years ago, and which was very important. He said that the important thing is to enhance mutual understanding, to promote mutual learning, and to build friendship while celebrating our diversity. I think the youth gives with all their passion, their energy, their talent, give us a hope of building, as President Xi has mentioned, his vision of creating a humanity with a shared future. I thank you all. Shishya.
感谢巴基斯坦驻华大使宣读的巴基斯坦伊斯兰共和国总理夏巴斯·谢里夫阁下的贺语。同时，本次论坛还收到了联合国副秘书长、联合国妇女署执行主任西马萨米·巴胡斯女士、联合国教科文组织 UNESCO 副总干事曲清先生、世界卫生组织副总干事雅卡布女士、联合国秘书长青年特使维克拉玛纳亚克女士4位国际组织相关负责人，以及哥伦比亚共和国前总统伊万杜克马尔克斯阁下、吉尔吉斯共和国前总统奥通巴耶娃阁下、红十字国际委员会前主席彼得毛雷尔先生3位前政要的贺信或视频寄语。下面，首先有请 UN Women 联合国驻华代表处主任安思琪女士宣读联合国副秘书长、联合国妇女署执行主任巴胡斯女士的贺信。
Hello, my name is Smriti Aryal and I am UN Women's Country Representative for China. Today, I'll be reading a statement by Dr. Seema Bahous, Under Secretary General and Executive Director of UN Women. And I quote, Excellencies, distinguished guests, on behalf of UN Women, I thank the Center for China and Globalization, CCG, for hosting the event and for the invitation. I'm unable to join you in person, but I'm sending my warmest greetings and wish you all the best for the Global Young Leaders Dialogue Annual Forum 2022. Young people aged 10 and 24 make up 1/4 of the world's population. The aspirations and achievements of these 1.8 billion young people are shaping the future. Approximately 87% of them live in developing countries. Of these, 600 million are adolescent girls and young women. The future of the planet depends on their own future. However, there are serious challenges. Young people, especially young women and girls from developing countries and marginalized communities, face multiple barriers that hinder access to and use of knowledge and resources. COVID-19 has only increased their vulnerability to some of the deeply rooted persistent inequalities. Young adults, especially young women, have suffered greater loss in income and employment, as well as decline in access to education opportunities and nutrition levels, affecting their lifelong potentials. Despite this, young people in all their diversity are a driving force in accelerating change for the realization of sustainable development goals, world peace, and greener and healthier planet. They bring disruptive energy and fresh perspectives, as well as innovative solutions and adaptability to change against all adversities that present. UN Women recognizes the unique capabilities, the dynamic ideas, and solutions young people bring on the table. Our corporate strategy on youth and gender equality seeks to enhance youth engagement to strengthen gender equality and young women's empowerment everywhere. It brings together young people from around the world to network, dialogue, and solidify movements towards peace, justice, and sustainable development. UN Women is uniquely placed to serve as both as a source of support for young people and a platform through which their voices, needs, and power can be communicated and amplified. I'm so pleased to see the dialogue like this one has been convened by CCG in China. Such platforms are necessary for fostering meaningful and respectful participation of young people from a diverse background, and to promote their leadership in designing, implementing, and monitoring development initiatives. However, the promise for empowerment of young people can only be achieved when they have equal access to information and resources and are nurtured and supported to transform futures. We must also encourage more young talents to continue disrupting the status quo and to lead the way in building back more equal, unified, and resilient societies for all. And to young leaders present today, thank you for your commitment and creativity in finding solutions to the world problems and to be conduit of positive changes. We as UN Women count on your leadership for advancing gender equality and empowerment of women and girls. Let me once again express my sincere thanks to the Center for China and Globalization for inviting me to this event. I wish the event a great success. Thank you. End of the quote.
感谢来自联合国妇女署巴胡斯女士的。
Thank you, Ms. Bahus from UN Women. I now give the floor to Mr. Xu Xin, Deputy Director General of UNESCO.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear young people, on behalf of UNESCO, in my capacity as the Deputy Director General, I am delighted to be taking part in today's event, the 2022 Global Young Leaders Dialogue. On the 15th of November, the global population reached 8 billion. 1 billion of these people were born after 2010. This new generation is on the front lines of the world's challenges, but it is also a key player in the race to develop solutions. For young people are aware everywhere, whether in developed or developing regions. They know the threats we all face, urgent threats such as climate change. Young people stand together too. They aspire to work that benefits society. For example, by contributing to environmental sustainability. Young people are also innovative and entrepreneurial. Take Boyan Slat, a young Dutch inventor who is developing technologies to rid the world's oceans of plastic by 2040. From climate change to discrimination, from inequalities to emerging conflict, young people are stepping up. Not only by urging global leaders to take action, but also by developing solutions themselves. For this reason, youth engagement is at the heart of the United Nations Strategy for Youth, as well as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. UNESCO therefore works with young people as change makers, supporting education, promoting young innovators and scientists, engaging youth in cultural and environmental preservation, and shaping policies for youth development. By generating knowledge, first of all, our Youth as Researchers initiative allowed us to produce valuable insights on youth during the pandemic. Ongoing youth research in 10 countries will produce knowledge on key challenges for youth, from climate change to peace and gender equality. We are also building a network of young researchers for impactful science to produce cutting-edge research that challenges common wisdom. Second, we support innovative action led by and for youth. For example, we launched the UNESCO Youth Climate Action Network at COP25 in 2019. Since then, it has been working hard to build a platform that aims to strengthen global cooperation around climate action. Finally, we put young people in the driving seat of multilateralism. This is the purpose of the UNESCO Youth Forum, whose conclusions are delivered at the General Conference, our highest decision-making body. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this Global Young Leaders Dialogue reflects the dynamism, aspirations, and commitments of youth in China, Asia, and worldwide for a better and more sustainable future. I congratulate the Center for China and Globalization on this initiative and wish you every success. Now is the time for young people to step up, have your say, and act on the issues affecting your futures. You can count on UNESCO to stand by your side. Thank you.
Thank you, the DDG of UNESCO. Strong encouragement to young people and the GYLD. 下面我们有请 WHO 副总干事 Mrs. Jacob 的寄语，来自于世界卫生组织的副总干事祖萨纳雅卡布女士为我们论坛的寄语，有请。
Excellencies, colleagues and friends, I would like to congratulate the Center for China and Globalization for bringing international young leaders to the table to engage in global governance through the Global Young Leaders Dialogue. Young people have a critical role to play in the unprecedented challenges that the world is facing today. WHO will launch this summer the Youth Council that brings together young people from health and non-health backgrounds from all over the world to provide advice to the Director General on global health and other health and development issues. Today, at this forum, young achievers, global leaders, policymakers, and change makers will come together to discuss the global recovery towards a shared future. The COVID-19 crisis has taught us many lessons, including on the importance of drawing on local and youth expertise, and on the need for the research community and policymakers to collaborate with these groups at a global level. We must work together to strengthen the world's defenses against future pandemics, humanitarian crises, climate change, and other health emergencies, so that we can mitigate their impacts on health systems, societies, and economies. Thank you for your continued commitment to listen to young people, learn from them, and be guided by their ideas to build a better future together.
Thank you very much. We want to thank Madam Jacob, Deputy DG of WHO. And now I'd like to give the floor to UN Secretary General's Envoy on Youth, Madam Jayathma's message.
Warmest greetings from New York. My name is Jayathma Vikramanak, and I am the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy on Youth. I'm pleased to join you today for this Global Youth Leaders Dialogue Forum. It is especially encouraging to see so many dynamic young leaders from across the world who are driving positive changes in their life, workplaces, communities, cities, and countries for this meaningful and unique dialogue on youth leadership in tackling pressing and global challenges. Congratulations to the organizers for convening this important gathering. In many ways, we are at an inflection point in history. The COVID-19 pandemic has served as a wake-up call, and with the climate crisis also looming, as well as social unrest constantly emerging, the world is experiencing its biggest shared test since the Second World War. Yet, even in these difficult circumstances, young people around the world are taking initiative in envisioning a shared future that works for all. It is young people like yourselves who are leading us towards the world that we all want by advancing the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals using your creativity, your resilience, and your perseverance. But what is the shared future that we all want? It is a world that ensures every young person is empowered to achieve their full potential with the support and resources they deserve. A world that recognizes young people's positive contributions as agents of change. A world in which the human rights of every young person are realized regardless of their gender, skin color, ethnicity, or identity. A world where everyone shoulders their responsibility of building peace, respecting the harmony between human beings and nature, and celebrating the diversity of our human civilizations. To make this vision a reality in near future, youth today, more than any other generation before, know that we cannot wait for incremental change. That is why online and on the streets, young people are routinely stepping up to advocate for systemic and long-term transformational change that disrupts the status quo. The remarkable aspiration, innovative spirit, and practicality I've seen in young people all around the world has reinforced my unshakable belief that we must put more trust in youth leadership and their efforts in changing the world. The frustration generated in young people that have no hope in the future is a major source of insecurity in today's world. And as the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has once said, our best hope to address the current global challenges is with the new generations. So we must do our best, not to disappoint young people, but rather to support them and amplify their important work in creating a more just, equitable, peaceful, and sustainable future for all in every aspect and at all levels. Thank you, and I wish you a fruitful forum.
We also want to thank the UN Secretary General's Envoy on Youth for the message. And now we would like to have the message from the former president of the Republic of Colombia, former president of the Kyrgyz Republic, and former president of the International Committee of the Red Cross. The messages are actually read out by the members of the GYLD.
Global Young Leaders Dialogue is a necessary space, and I am sure it will continue to consolidate as a platform to make the work and ideas of the youth to contribute to change the world. This forum is an incredibly profound and extraordinary initiative. I believe that the Global Young Leaders Dialogue Forum held in Beijing will enable participants to gain a better understanding of China. It will also open the doors of the Chinese youth's hearts, fostering stronger bonds between us, neighboring countries, and partners. This engagement with the younger generation from both countries will further enhance mutual understanding and trust between our peoples and governments. The Global Young Leaders Dialogue platform promotes equal dialogue between young people from different cultural and religious backgrounds. Young people around the world are key to this consensus-building process, and we must ensure that they are included and that their innovative and creative power is recognized and utilized.
好的，非常感谢。
Okay, we want to thank all of them for the important and encouraging messages. GYLD is also endowed with a strong international advisory board that provides support for our programs. And now I would like to invite you to listen to the messages from Mr. Kishore Mahbani, Distinguished Fellow at the Asia Research Institute and National University of Singapore. 我很高兴在这里发表这段寄语。那借此2023国际青年领袖对话年度论坛，那现在是在北京举办的。那如果说我们世界上需要什么，而且比任何其他东西，
Because while we have seen, especially in Asia, more change in the last 30 years than we have in 3,000 years of Asian history, we will see even greater change in the next 30 years. And for the young people of today, when they wake up in the year
2050, about 30 years from now, they'll find themselves living in an even smaller and more interdependent world, where, as a result of technological innovations, greater connectivity, the fates and destinies of countries will be even more deeply intertwined with each other. And we will find that if we just take care of our own countries, we are actually being very irresponsible. Because in the future, we don't just have to take care of our own countries, we also have to take care of planet Earth. Because the biggest challenges will come from planet Earth. And of course, the best example of this you can see very clearly with the changes that are coming as a result of climate change. Now, as we know,
climate change cannot be fixed by any one country alone. All of humanity have to come together to work on it if we are going to succeed in dealing with climate change. Here, sadly, people of my generation do not understand clearly this problem because they feel that this is a distant problem that is not going to affect their lives. But for the young people of today, it is going to be a major challenge. And therefore, I would like to encourage this young global leaders dialogue in Beijing to focus even more on common challenges facing humanity, like climate change, like pandemics, like global financial crisis. Because I think this is the time to address them.
I would therefore like to wish you great success with this forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Touching inspiration. 感谢来自马凯硕先生的富有感染力的。
The GYLD advocates intergenerational communication. The leaders and distinguished guests have expressed their expectations on the youth from all countries. And what is the reply of the young then? So we're looking forward to our next session, GYLD talk.